For some authors, the road to the New York Times bestseller list happens quickly. But for others, it can be a lifelong journey.
I talk to people today that'll come up to me and they'll say, "Ooh, I wish I'd have met you 25 years ago." And I'm like, "No, you didn't want to meet me 25 years ago."
For author Andy Andrews, his own personal struggles were necessary to define who he is today as a writer.
This is stuff that I've worked on trying to figure out for years and years and years, and stuff that changed my life. It took me 25 years to get to this point.
From living homeless under a fishing pier, pawning his clothing to pay bills, and having his first book rejected by over 51 publishers over a 3-year period.
51 of the greatest publishing minds in the world said that what I had written was not worth putting on paper, and yet it sold over 1 million copies. So they were not just wrong, they were really wrong.
But his persistence and positive attitude has paid off, with 4 books released in a 4-month period from 4 different publishers. An unprecedented feat.
They all deal with different aspects and come from different angles, and it's different publishing companies, and we didn't try to do this. It's just they all chose this time to put out stuff that we had contracted with them.
His big break came from the book The Traveler's Gift, which defined 7 principles that can lead to success. The book has sold millions of copies worldwide, with Andy using his own story as an example of how they can work.
One of the things that I know is that this works because I have made it work. And not only have I made it work, I've taught this to so many people who have changed their own lives with these principles.
His latest book, The Noticer, describes the beginning of his own personal journey, living homeless under a pier and meeting an old man named Jones, who simply offered him a little perspective on his life.
This starts at the worst time in my life, when my parents had died and I'd made some bad decisions and was literally homeless before that was even a word. Yeah, I would duck right under here at the pier, and I had a nice concrete slab, kept the rain off of me, and the sides kept the sand from blowing, and it was dry under there. People think, oh, the sand is very soft, but the sand can also be wet and full of bugs. Little houses there to get in their garages occasionally if I needed to, but this was my home. I met this old guy named Jones. Not Mr. Jones, Jones. And he called himself a noticer. And he gave me a perspective and started sneaking wisdom into my life and helping me see things in a different manner and literally telling me the truth about myself. And this old man changed my life.
The characters in the book all remember Andy from his homeless days around the coastal town of Orange Beach, Alabama.
He used to fish off the deck and bring fish up here for him to cook for him. And he don't let money change him. He's still the same wonderful person he always have been.
What you see is how he is.
It's just fun to be part of it all.
In addition to The Noticer, 3 other books have recently become available: Return to Sawyerton Springs, The Butterfly Effect, and A Traveler's Gift in Mastering the 7 Decisions combination.
I realized that a lot of what I was teaching in seminars about the 7 decisions I had learned after I wrote The Traveler's Gift, because I still research these things and I still think about these things, and so we put these things in one volume. And so yeah, that's the 4th thing that's being published in this short amount of time.
With his books growing daily in popularity, Andy has become one of the most sought-after speakers for major corporate clients and makes frequent television appearances on shows such as Good Morning America, CNBC, and Fox and Friends.
All of a sudden, everywhere I'm going, people are going, "Please welcome motivational speaker," and it terrified me because I'm not one, and I don't even like them myself.
I try to put them in books and in what I do, my spoken word stuff, in such a way that it doesn't take people 25 years anymore. They can get it in a couple of hours.
Everyone from well-known celebrities to 4 U.S. presidents have been influenced by Andy's work. But he's quick to point out he does not deserve much of the credit for change in people's lives.
Sometimes people come up and they say, "You changed my life," and I understand. I didn't change their life. I'm just a guy. I just found some stuff that I am relating to people that they used to change their own life.
For Andy, continuously learning from others is the key.
I think we can learn a lot from the lives of successful people by their failures. I think a lot of times we look at the successes and never notice the processes they went through to get there. Listen, the greatest successes in the world have generally had challenges bigger than what you're experiencing right now at the worst time of your life.
Books such as The Noticer and The Traveler's Gift are specifically important during tough economic times when people are looking for not just a glimpse of hope, but proof that hope exists.
This is what I want to provide for other people in my books and my work, is proof of principles that if you apply them, if I do this, this will happen.
I'm more into proof than I am encouragement. I think encouragement is important, I think it's good, but I think it's better to prove something.
Especially now in these times, people have challenges and they're looking for answers, and sometimes more than answers, they need perspective, because perspective will bring calm into our lives. It lets us take a breath, and calm allows clear thinking. Clear thinking will yield ideas, and from ideas we get our answers.
As a writer and speaker, Andy is at the top of his game, but his mission and message are far from over.
You know, I'm just a poor person that found where the bread is, and I'm trying to tell everybody where the bread is.